Well, here I am in a tropical paradise in the Philippines, and being here close to the land made me think about a healing exercise that we can do together using crystalline energy. And if you're interested in crystalline energy, I've got a whole chapter on that in my book, Conversations with the New Earth. And it would have a lot more to say than what I'll say here. But crystalline energy is an energy that we can use in healing ourselves. But it's also an energy that we can use to help reshape and purify our consciousness. So the important background to this is to know that all of the crystals of the earth, are connected through the crystalline grid around the earth. They all hold a level of consciousness, that's embedded in the crystals. They're holding that around the earth all the time, and they have been doing that since the earth first became solid. So it's something ancient, and the crystals also hold a lot of information about the history of the earth and information about the future of the earth. We're going to use a connection to the crystalline grid to help bring in crystalline energy for healing. And this is something that Ula and I learned when connected to the crystalline grid and in hearing information from the crystals about the future. So what we're going to do is to first set space, then connect ourselves with the crystalline grid, and then to call in crystalline energy for our own healing and use it on ourselves. Part of the power of the crystalline energy is that it holds, you could say, the energy of sacred geometry. So if you're running the crystalline energy around something whose structure is out of alignment with sacred geometry, the crystalline energy works to break it down, to break down structures that are not in alignment. So for us, it's been a very useful energy when we're trying to dissolve away and let go of constructs in our energy field that are just out of alignment. It could be mental ideas that are out of alignment, whole ways of thinking. Crystalline energy is very, very good for helping to break those down. I would say, too, that the crystalline energy, as we use it, is largely fifth dimensional, which means that it's very good for clearing things at lower dimensional levels, like the fourth, which is a lot of where, human foibles reside, or the third. So maybe this would be useful to you. So the first thing we need to do is to set space. So I'm going to do this in an abbreviated way, and I'm going to ask for an entire sphere of oneness to be placed all around and through me. I ask for an entire sphere of oneness around me and through me. I ask for an entire sphere of oneness around me and through me. And by doing this, I dedicate myself to alignment with oneness in my life. And I ask for an evolution for myself that's in alignment with oneness. And now I'm going to ask for the presence of those guides and helping spirits of 100% light and love who can assist me in this work. I ask for assistance from those from the most highly evolved worlds, from the high-dimensional healers, teachers, and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, and any of the star people who can step in and help along with this work. I ask, of course, for a connection to the earth, to the core of the earth, Mother Earth, Pachamama, known by 1,000 names, Gaia. I affirm that I am a child of the earth as well as a child of the cosmos. So be it. Okay, so here's what I'd like to do with you. First, ask you to close your eyes. I'll keep my eyes open, but to close your eyes and visualize, if you would, Visualize, if you would, the crystalline grid around the earth. The crystalline grid all around and surrounding the earth. Visualize it. Let it come to you. Acknowledge it and honor it. It's been there long, long before human beings came to the earth. And when you feel like you have a sense and a feeling of it, you have some image of it, I want to invite you to move closer to it. Move closer and closer. Move closer into it till you find yourself entering it. That you enter into the crystalline grid around the earth. And bring all your awareness to it. All your awareness to the feeling of being in the crystalline grid. All the sensations. And let your consciousness blend with the consciousness of the crystalline grid. Just let go. And maybe you can let yourself go and just experience the earth and the space around the earth the way that the crystals do. And when you're ready, you can step back out of the crystalline grid, knowing that you've made the connection. You've made the connection to the crystalline grid of the earth, and you can call upon that connection anytime that you want to and need to. So what I want you to do now is to visualize in front of yourself an image of yourself. It doesn't have to be a super clear image, but just what you feel is you, a representation of you. Ask now to place your hands around that image, palms facing inward. So your palms, your two palms, are both facing toward that image. And through your connection to the crystalline grid, ask that the crystalline energy pass through you and out your palms and into that image of yourself. To run the crystalline energy, all through you and around you. To bathe yourself in the crystalline energy. An energy of pure sacred geometry. Holding the consciousness of the crystals. To bathe yourself. And let it work through your energy field. Let it work through your light body. To start dissolving away any and all structures that are out of alignment with sacred geometry. To let those things go. To let them break down. To let them dissolve away. And just let it develop. Maybe it gets more and more intense. Maybe it gets brighter and brighter. Just feel that your whole body is saturated with crystalline energy. And when you feel that this is complete, you can relax your hands and give thanks to the crystals of Earth and thanks to the crystalline grid for making it possible to access this energy and to bring yourself into a greater and more perfect alignment with the sacred. Light and love.